Welcome to the Transformational Leadership Pathway. My name is Amy Wilson Roberts. My pronouns are she and her, and I work for the Leadership, Talent, and Organizational Development team. I also get the privilege of being one of your facilitators throughout this cohort. Thanks so much for taking the time to get oriented together. This video gives you information about our pathways and what's expected from you. We'll also let you know how to find the resources you need to get the most out of your learning experiences. So let's get going. I want to start us off in a good way and acknowledge that I'm in East Vancouver working on the unceded and ancestral territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. Often as leaders, you'll feel like this picture, like you're climbing a new mountain every single day. Our leadership development team and these courses are intended to make that climb easier by equipping you with ropes, maps, and other tools you need to navigate more easily. The climb is still yours, but the support is offered around you. This diagram illustrates the 70-20-10 model, which forms the foundation of our program design. The model ensures that learning is comprehensive by addressing all three aspects for the richest development experience. 10% of learning comes from classroom experience and online resources. This includes our 4 in-person sessions where you're engaged with key theories, practice your skills, and take the needed time to reflect and learn together. Additionally, as part of this 10%, you'll have access to the Learning Hub, where you can explore articles, podcasts, and other resources to deepen your understanding at your own pace. I'll provide more details on these sessions and resources shortly. 20%, a significant part of learning, happens through relationship, and our program is designed to support this through cohorts, triads, and in-person sessions. We found that people learn best in cohorts, where building relationships across the organization fosters deeper understanding of the larger roles and responsibilities within our work. As part of this program, you'll be paired in triads, which are small groups designed to enhance your learning and expand your professional relationships within the organization. Additionally, you will have a sponsor relationship that is vital. We ask that you meet with your leader or your sponsor once a month to discuss how what you're learning impacts your role, your team, and your leadership journey. These conversations will help ground your learning in real-world application and build stronger connections. This has been one of the best parts of the learning, this collaborative approach and being able to be in triads. People have always rated as one of the highest parts of our trainings. And then finally is the 70%. This is learning through experience. The majority of learning happens through hands-on experience, applying what you've learned to your real life challenges and situations. Our program ensures you have opportunities to put theory into practice and then to reflect on the results, to transfer the learning to learning on the job. That's why your sponsor plays such a key role. Sponsors help you make those connections between what you're learning and how it applies to your team, hopefully your department, and the larger context. This is the essence of the 70-10 model that forms our leadership development. The other piece that forms it is the leadership circle profile. It's a strength-based, research-backed, and highly correlated with leadership effectiveness and business performance. The leadership circle is built around 18 key leadership competencies and helps us understand not just what we do as leaders, but how we show up. It's broken into 2 hemispheres, as you see. The top half we want to talk about is the creative competencies. These competencies are proven to drive effective leadership and are proven to really help in business and be efficient. All of the creative competencies are grouped into 5 summary domains. Each domain is expressed through a range of creative behaviors, and together these are what form our leadership development path. As I walk through each domain, I invite you to reflect which area feels like strength for you and where might you see some opportunity for growth. The first one is self awareness. This domain is about your orientation to ongoing professional and personal development. It reflects how well you know yourself and how that self awareness shows up in your leadership. Leaders that are strong in this area lead with integrity, clarity, and purpose. That's typically why we begin our program here because self awareness is the foundation to everything else. Next is authenticity. Authenticity is the ability to relate to others in a courageous, transparent, and high integrity way. It's about being real, showing up as yourself when it's uncomfortable. Leaders who are authentic build trust and inspire others through their own honesty and consistency. Next is relating. This domain focuses on how you connect with others, bringing out the best in people, teams, and organizations. It includes empathy, collaboration, and interpersonal effectiveness. Strong relational leaders create environments where people feel valued and empowered. Systems awareness. Systems awareness about seeing the big picture, understanding how your actions affect the whole. It reflects a focus on improving systems, enhancing productivity, and contributing to community welfare. Leaders with high systems awareness think beyond their immediate team and consider long term impact. And finally, achieving. Achieving is about visionary, authentic leadership that drives results. It's not just about hitting those targets, it's about doing so with purpose, clarity, and alignment. Leaders strong in this domain set bold goals and inspire others to reach them. These 5 domains form the backbone of our leadership development journey. As you move through the program, you'll explore each one, building on your strengths and stretching into new areas. Take a moment to consider which domain feels most natural to you. Now I want to look at the other half of the leadership circle, the reactive side. These are just as important to understand because being a great leader means being not only aware of what makes us effective, but also what can get in the way. Reflective tendencies are patterns that may have helped you succeed in the past. They're often these reactive, automatic responses, especially when we're under pressure or feeling triggered. They can get results in the short term, but usually at a cost to ourselves, to others, or to the long term impact we want to have. As I go through these, think about which ones feel familiar. What's the context where they tend to show up for you? The first is complying. This style reflects a tendency to seek self-worth and security by meeting others' expectations, sometimes at the expense of our own intentions and values. It can show up as being people-pleasing, avoiding conflict, or hesitating to take bold action. Protecting. Protecting is about withdrawing to feel safe, staying distant, hidden, or overly rational. It can look like cynicism, aloofness, or a sense of superiority. It's a way of shielding ourselves, but it can disconnect us from others. And then finally, controlling. This style is about establishing worth through achievement and task focus. It can show up as perfectionism, over managing, or pushing too hard. While it may drive results, it can also create stress and limit collaboration. It's not about rejecting these tendencies. They've likely served you at times. But by shining a light on them and thinking about the patterns behind them, you gain access to new choices. You can decide what's useful and what and how they're holding you back. And this kind of self awareness is the foundation for long term personal and professional success. As you continue your leadership journey, remember the goal isn't perfection, it's growth. By understanding both your creative strengths and your active patterns, you'll be better equipped to lead with intention and impact. This slide represents the courses that are available to you to take part in as a leader in the transformational leadership pathway. So we've got leading with self-awareness. In this, we touch base on integrity, balance, composure, and courage. Under leading through relationships, we have leading teams, collaboration, mentoring, and developing a connected team. And then we also have leading cross systems partnerships. And so those are for those that have to work across the system. Really, how do you collaborate and develop cross connected systems partnerships? So that's under leading through relationships. And then under systems thinking and achieving, we have two different courses that are offered. System Thinking and Achieving Results 100. And in that, we talk about through strategic thinking, holding vision, and making decisions. And then the second option is achieving results as a senior leader. So that's for directors who've been in the role for at least 2 years and then other senior leaders. So that part we talk about strategic visioning, thinking, and decision making. So again, these are the courses that are offered to you under Transformational Leadership Pathway. We no longer make it necessary that you have to go through Leading with Self-Awareness first. We suggest it, but of course, it's up to you to be able to participate in whichever course you'd like. So here's what some of the course components that we have on offer. So for each cohort, we're going to have 4 in-person sessions. Those are in-person sessions. They're from around 9 to 4, and they're really an opportunity for deeper relationship building, learning, and connecting. All of those are mandatory, so we'd really want you to show up for them. And then our monthly check-ins with your triads. These tend to be virtual. If you want to meet in person, you're always welcome to. But again, opportunity for relationship building and connecting with your peers. We do put managers with managers and directors with directors, so you'll have like positioning to be able to share in as peers. Those tend to be around 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your group size. And again, those tend to be virtual. And then you'll also receive monthly email nudges from me, which allow for the application of learning. So these are just reminders to practice key aspects of what you're learning. Sometimes you go to a course and you forget about it immediately after. This is just that reminder of, hey, you're learning this, continue to practice this. The other way that you're going to be reminded to do this is through your sponsor meetings. So meet with your sponsor to really help transfer this learning from the classroom to on the job. And we highly suggest that you book those sessions in now, that you and your sponsor have those conversations. We are giving a video to your sponsors similar to this, so they're going to have a good awareness about what you're participating in. They will also be receiving an email from me after each session, which talks about what key topics were covered. And I give them some coaching questions for them to be able to have during your sponsor meeting. So hopefully your sponsor will be getting a good sense of what you're learning as well for those sponsor meetings. Then the other thing that can be really helpful for you and your sponsor is the learning and development plan. This is really just for you, but we really recommend that you share it with your sponsor. This learning and development plan you can find on the Connect site under leadership development. We suggest you do this, suggest that you share it with your sponsor. It's a great way to create a path of intentional development for you to be intentional about how you want to grow. And so you can find this, you can use it with your one-on-ones with your sponsor, and we really suggest this. Where can you find your other resources? So you will be sent a link to a SharePoint site, which will have all of these things in it. So this link will have your PowerPoints, your workbooks, any pre-work details, and then additional resources. That's going to have those podcasts. It'll have articles. It may have like quick one-pagers that you can take back to your team to practice something you're wanting to practice. So all of that will be found on your SharePoint site. You will have access to this forever. So if you're a year later and you go, oh yeah, I remember us learning that in the course, it'll still be there for you to be able to access whenever you need. And then here is where we are really clear on what we expect for you as a leader, your role as a learner. in these courses. So, first of all, we'd love you to complete the pre-work. Prepare ahead to get the most out of each session. Then attend the program sessions. They're full day in-person participation's really essential. And then explore the optional resources. We have great resources for you to deeper dive into the topics that really interest you or feel pertinent to you. And you can do that at whatever time you want because those will be on that SharePoint site. Participate in your monthly triad check-in. So connect regularly with your peers to reflect and grow together. And then engage in those ongoing development conversations with your sponsor. Meet monthly with your sponsor to apply this learning and support your leadership journey. This is what's expected of you as a learner. We're really excited for you to dive into this soon. So that is it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really look forward to meeting each of you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We're really here to support you. Thanks so much.